3 hours into the flight, and he realized he was about to have the dream again. The cabin was quiet, meals cleared, drinks served, lights dimmed. Just the steady drone of the engines. The other passengers were relaxing, some of them beginning to sleep. He reached for his gin and put it to his lips. His hand shook. The ice cubes rattled against the side of the glass. It did not come often now. He had made it that way, with the force of his will. Yet, on those occasions when the dream did overcome him, it came with all its old strength and vigour. He knew the signs, that familiar feeling of being hollowed out, an empty vessel into which it would pour. Fatigue weakened his defences, and he had not slept for 2 days. He squeezed his eyes shut and gripped the armrest so tightly that his knuckles whitened. His shoulders locked, and the muscles behind his knees and in his calves tightened. He sagged back into the seat, trying to breathe normally, but knowing that he was gulping each breath. He was helpless, impotent, and paralysed. Trapped. He squeezed his eyes tighter, so hard that tiny pinprick explosions of red and yellow light cascaded against his lids. The dream raced towards him, like the pitch-black mouth of a tunnel, inexorable and unavoidable, and suddenly he was plunged into it. It was as vivid as reality. As it started to unspool, like a familiar film, he tried to hide away in a dusty box. His rational mind was able to observe and assess it, to compare it with the past, and to acknowledge that he was far from cured. The desert, the village, the madrasa, the children, the cheap plastic football swerving in the wind, the young boy. The plane coming in fast and low, the roar of its engines echoing through the valley. From Redacted to Redacted. Date Monday, February the 14th, 5:55 p.m. Subject DPRK. Dear Foreign Secretary, the PM asked for further information on last month's attacks. I therefore attach a report originated by Stratfor, which apparently confirms what we suspected to be true. I note that our American friends have reached the same conclusion, and that they share our frustration at the impunity with which the DPRK is acting in this regard. They concur with us that the time has come to let them know that there is a red line beyond which they must not cross, and that consequences will flow if they do. I know that the ambassador has reported these sentiments to you. If there is any follow-up once the PM has considered this intelligence, please do, as ever, let me know. Sincerely, M. Begins Eyes Only. Publication, Analysis/Background. Attribution, Stratfor. Source description, North Korean diplomat. Source, reliability B. Item credibility, 2. Distribution, Alpha. Source handler, Reva. DPRK sources suggest last month's massive cyber attack on banks and media companies throughout SK and the West was planned and executed in Pyongyang. SK banks, including Shinhan, Nonghyup, and Jeju, together with TV broadcasters KBS, MBC, and YTN, were all taken offline as code affected circa 48k PCs on their networks. Evidence indicates the attack originated with DPRK's General Reconnaissance Bureau/Military Intelligence Division. The attack spread wiper malware, named Jokra, that deleted the master boot records from PCs and attempted to delete volumes from Unix, Linux servers. This resembles previous DPRK hacking patterns. SK Ministry of Science, Information, Computer Technology and Future Planning, MSICTFP, confirms validity of evidence and hypothesis.